Let's talk about how to do our wellness program for the reproductive system. Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Minke. This is Minke Wellness. And we've been working along doing our various wellness programs supporting the body system. This month is the reproductive system, and we've chosen a few products. So let's go over some of these things and how we're taking them. At our basic supplement support, we have 3 products that we are using this month. That's kind of in our basic category, which is our Power Gize, okay, and that's going to be a pretty nice boost for both genders. We have our Mineral Essence, which is those trace minerals that are really, really important. And then we have the supplement Sclerescence Vitality. That's going to be a really good balancer for both sides as well, but especially a good boost for the women. So the Power Gize is maybe a little bit better of a boost for the men, and Sclerescence a better boost for the women. But both, all of us are going to take that, and so that's our basic supplement. So the question is how, and I would start with the Power Gize. It says 2 capsules a day, but I would start with 1 and see how you do. I went ahead and I took 2 at one time. And it actually does seem to increase circulation. It's one of the things that a lot of these herbs are promoted in here to do. And it actually felt like it really did. And when I take supplements that do that, I actually get more circulation to my brain. And normally that would be a good thing, except for I've got problems with the drainage. So I ended up having a little bit of pressure in my head from the extra circulation. So I know it works, okay? So I know that it works to promote circulation. So what I'm saying is start with 1 and kind of see how your body does with it, and then you can go from there. I did take it at the same time as my Mineral Essence, and I took 5 squirts of that, what amounts to about a teaspoon, somewhere around a teaspoon of that. And so I did that with it, and did it in some Ningxia Red, which actually turned out pretty good. And this is Sclerescence. I'm going to work with more like 3 or 4 drops and put it in a capsule. You get these clear veggie caps that you can buy, and they hold about, I don't know, maybe as many as 20 drops of oil in those, but it's I'm just going to put about 4 or 5 drops of my Sclerescence and take it that way. So that's going to be just once a day. It doesn't seem like much, but there's a pretty powerful support here. And if you feel like you need an extra boost, you can always take another dose later in the day. But I'm just going to take this once a day throughout the month here. We're also going to do our daily, as much as we can get done. I know daily stuff is hard, but we're going to do our daily massage with our Sacred Mountain oil, and that's that abdominal massage. I've been doing that. I'm actually numb in my hip joints, and I think and across the waist. We wear belts and clothes all the time. We have that constant elastic, basically, pressure. And we kind of lose touch with the parts of our body that are just constantly being covered and having pressure put on them. So we sit a lot, and I actually in the fold of my hip right here at my hip joint, I'm actually pretty numb in those. So I'm doing this massage, and I'm like, man, I can't even barely feel it. So we're going to really work at. I'm going to do that for myself. Is get back in touch with the whole pelvic region. And really get healthy with that, and the Sacred Mountain, wonderful aroma and great support for that. We have some of the support products that we're using, either the Myrrh shave oil, and I have to admit this is a very, very girly smell, very flowery aroma, and so the Shutron shave is going to be a little bit more manly. But either one is fine, and then we've got our extra sulfurs to keep in mind. But we worked with Pure Protein. This was we bought the chocolate. I always like chocolate. The Pure Protein Complete. You could have opted for the Sleek as well for extra protein boost, and the protein is so needed for a lot of things, but definitely for a healthy vitality, healthy reproductive system. We need that extra protein. Those amino acids, very, very important for all body systems, but the reproductive system. in particular. So then we added some of these emotional oils, and this was our Sarah and our Valor that we're going to work with. And I'm assuming that you still have your release oil. And the reason I'm going to bring that in is that we've got our 3 powerful oils here to help us emotionally work through any issues or processes that, history or whatever that might be going on in the reproductive fertility area. And so we're going to be doing our breathing this month. And these oils, very, very powerful support. Valor's very grounding. Sarah is very helpful in balancing in getting through issues that might be associated with it. It's for abuse. Sarah actually stands for sexual and/or ritual abuse. I think we're all ritually abused by our culture in the area of sexuality and reproduction. Women are objectified. Men are overstimulated visually by all that objectification. We have all kinds of issues that it just compounds from there. And an unwillingness, we have a general unwillingness to have healthy talk and discussion, biological based discussion about sexuality, and we end up, we don't want to talk about sex. And therefore we don't teach our kids, and the next generation it becomes the same. I can learn from their friends, which of course are just as ignorant and silly about the whole thing. So we need to be a little bit more mature, kind of own up to the fact that we are sexual creatures, and we really need to integrate our sexuality with our whole life. And by the way, that's the actual definition of chastity. The Catholic definition of chastity, of being chaste, is not to have no sex or be asexual. The definition of chastity is to have a proper integration of sexuality into your life. And so we all are hoping for chastity. Okay, so we got this release, Valor and Sarah. We're going to be using this, like I said, in conjunction with emotional support for the process. And we don't need very much of this. We just use 1 drop at a time. We use our breathing, and I'm going to go through a protocol with you for those who are interested in working with these oils to help process emotionally. I'm going to probably start that next week. Okay, so these are our products. It's our program for the month. Like I said, we're going to take once a day, a very simple supplement program. You can do it more. You can take twice a day if you'd like. We're still backing it up with sulfurzyme if we need it. We've got our pure protein, extra protein boost. We've got our massage, abdominal massage, and then we're starting to work over our personal care products, working through that. Now, I want to point out or mention that in our overall plan, now I've lost my little page. In our overall plan for the year, we still have June in our diet part to be eliminating the artificial stuff in our diet. So I know I hadn't focused a whole lot on that, but our flavors and colors and preservatives and junk that's in our food, get rid of the artificial stuff. So just to kind of keep you in mind with this postcard, what we did was we started out with getting rid of trans fats for the first quarter. This quarter, we're getting rid of all artificial things. Next quarter, we're going to work on the refined sugars, and then the fourth quarter, refined grains. So after the end of the year, we'll have worked through our diet program as well. So we're really looking at this as a whole person, whole lifestyle overhaul for our wellness program here. And the personal care or the environmental is going to be feminine, focus on feminine hygiene or personal care, like for shaving and stuff. So we kind of highlighted those, but keep in mind the personal hygiene products, feminine hygiene products in particular, this month, especially as we know how absorbent the genital areas are. You definitely don't want to be adding bleached junk to right up next to your skin. And especially at a time of the month, if it's menstrual time, when your body is already, the pelvic area has more inflammation, so more blood flow, and you're going to absorb things even better during that time. So you're actually, through the skin, so you're actually going to get, what I'm saying, you really need to make sure we're keeping good, clean feminine hygiene. So those of you who have found good quality products for feminine hygiene, natural feminine hygiene products, please post or give us a little link or something to the products that you prefer, and let's have ladies, let's have a little dialogue on that. I think Amy uses Natural Care, but I'll have her post that as well. and so we can all get on the same page with promoting natural. The more we all buy it, the more they'll make, and it pushes. We vote with our dollar on that issue. So all of this is part of our wellness package this month, and of course as a larger picture this year. Okay, so if you have any questions, that's feel free to comment, and we'll move forward this month. And like I said, I'm going to include some work in the emotional and breathing category to support our healthy integration and healing for those of us who need it in the area of reproduction, sexual and sexuality. So looking forward to do that. It might be tough. Be brave. It's not, and you're not necessarily going to be completely resolved in all this by the end of the month. But I do believe that the combination of the massage as we work down in this area with the oils that we're working with and the breathing, we're going to have a really good opportunity this month to make great progress in the area of much more healthy reproductive system and attitude about all that. Okay, so we'll do this, as I say. Wellness is one day at a time. Happy wellness. We'll see you next week.